how do you stay focused and disciplined enough to be like, I guess, to not slack off?
Oh, that it is so hard, especially when you have the time to manufacture. So I don't
Mm,
have a schedule that someone else set, so I set my time for writing.
mm,
What I find to be effective, and I have seasons or spurts of serious writing. I don't know, I call it like serious writing, like, okay, we're gonna get this done. And then I
yeah.
have times because it's my vocation, it's my calling, but it's also my
Mhm,
passion and my joy. So I have
mhm.
time to just play with writing that's not for somebody else's eyes. It's just for me to do what I love to do. And
Right.
so in the writing routine that was effective for me to complete projects, I
Mhm.
have and you will hear my faith interspersed throughout. So if faith is not what fuels you, there you will find out what is. For me, I'll have what is called a business meeting with God before I
Okay.
write. I had to
Yeah.
shift my strategy because I would sit down to the blank screen and feel like this pressure, and the pressure was a barrier. So I had to
Mm.
redesign my writing process so that I would have what I need. So I was listening to this podcast. Shout out to Shay Bynes from
Okay.
Kingdom Driven Entrepreneur. If you
Okay.
listen to her, there's an episode of her podcast where she talked about George Washington Carver.
Mm.
George Washington Carver, the peanut man, right? We all know
Yeah.
he did all these experiments. Well, he was a devout Christian, and he would go into his lab, and he said the guy told him, don't take a textbook, don't take anything, but he would pray. And he would say, God, show me the secrets of the peanut. And,
Mm.
300 patents later, right? And he would go in with a flower and say, show me the secrets of the flower. And so he would pray.
Mm.
I took that same strategy. So I'm like, all right, I pray for my readers before anybody even has the book. I'm praying for them. I'm
Mm.
praying for those who I'm working with or consulting with. I'm praying for what's coming in. And so, yep, I read a lot of research. I'm in a lot of classrooms, but when it's the page and I want me and God to be very clear on what it is, the message that He wants me to communicate. When I switch my strategy to that business meeting with God before
Mhm.
writing, instead of setting a number of words or a number of minutes, I would
Yeah.
literally pray, God, what do you want to do today? Some of the days it was actually typing and writing, and these ideas would come, and I would feel like I would be overloaded, and I would have to type, and I would spend hours. There were
Mhm.
other days where he would say, I want you to call such and such. And then I would make the phone call, have the conversation, not understand the connection, go on about my business.
Mm.
Later in the process, be like, oh my goodness. And then here we go. So
Yeah.
it's a process that I don't pressure myself for the writing to be writing every day. Some of the
Okay.
writing is research, some of the writing is conversation, some of the writing is reading, but it all fits together when we create space to really receive and then pour
Mhm.
out what we've heard. So it's just an echoing back of what you receive from the source.